All right, everyone. It's October 23rd, 2011, and I think you're watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games. Yeah. I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I could hear you groaning inwardly every time sin was mentioned. You're just cringing.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 305 of Yes, You Are Watching Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am Foilman, and also on the show today we have with us Strider. Strider, how you doing today? You look like you got over your cold a bit.
Hola.
Huh? Yeah.
I got over my cold and playing Draft a Crane 2.0.
Awesome. Welshie?
It's a kick-ass game.
Welshie's also with us today. How you doing today, Welshie?
Hello.
We have Mrs. Foil. Hello, Mrs. Foil.
Hello.
And Jinx, or Gopher Chucks, he is with us from, the U.S. We just say the
Ohio.
U.S. now. Ohio. Because he's in a different state in every show. It's wonderful. He loves it. I think. I don't know.
Do I?
I don't know.
Really?
I think so. We keep going back. Anyway, so before we actually begin... Before we begin the real show here, let me remind you all that the show is recorded before a live audience of which you may be a part. Anyone can join us and message about the topics as we discuss them. And for the other topics that are discussed, I'm hoping someone will post relevant URLs into the chat windows. And for the other links that are posted, don't be going because they may kill you. And finally, for those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes. We may curse. We may talk about dirty things.
Or just say things that are absolutely gross.
Right, because we have nothing else to talk about.
As I said before, you may want to refrain from eating.
Or reading the chat window, whatever.
Yes.
That's horrible.
Apparently has a Klingon in it this morning. How may I view the female?
Keep poking her with your finger.
Yes. That works.
She does bite.
All right, so
Scars.
it's been an
Scars.
it's been an extremely boring week in the realm of games this week. We just have news coming out about Battlefield 3, because that's about to hit the stores. I don't know if you guys have already started your pre-downloads of the game, through Origin, unless you bought it in the store.
Done.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
me too.
As
Didn't
far
take
as
as long to download as I thought it would.
No, me either. Right, which is odd.
Which
No, I was quite impressed,
Makes
actually.
me think that it downloaded just a little bit, and when I go to install it, it's going to take another 4 days.
It'll
I
let
already
you
installed
install
it.
it, but then it's like,
Yeah.
if you try and actually run it, it comes up with, you must now connect to some server to get your activation key. This will be checked, and I didn't go any further in case it went, no, you're not allowed to play now.
I tried.
It's not
It didn't.
installed. It's just downloaded. It's
You
not
can install it.
encrypted or installed or nothing. It's just
but if you-
download.
You can double click it to install or something like that, and it doesn't.
Yeah, you
install.
can install it, and then it wants to decrypt after you've installed it.
Must be a Canadian thing.
I know, I don't
Sounds
get...
to me like I'm doing the right thing and not buying it right
Modern
now.
Warfare 3?
No
I'm
Battlefield.
gonna wait until they, pull their heads up. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Battlefield 3. No Modern Warfare. Sorry.
Well, they are sticking with the spectacular Origin, which can suck it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't get to play it until Friday. A whole other stupid...
Right, exactly, with the weird delays depending on what country you're in. I understand this
Well, with
thing
me
with the,
being mobile, that's got to be impossible for me then. I mean, it's just too much net crap going on for me to be able to enjoy that.
to play or to
It's-
install.
I
You're
stress
talking
my
about playing.
phone bad enough.
Yeah.
Both. And both in general, honestly. It's too much going on, really. I don't know. I guess I have to be in a 4G network area to be able to play that game.
Mount a
That's
satellite
what,
dish to that thing. Just get your own satellite.
That's one of my concerns, is that I'm going to have to be online to play single player this piece of crap.
Probably, because you're going to have to
Oh.
use an Origin, whether you like it or not. Whether you bought the retail version or not, you are using Origin.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, we'll get to more of that later. And so one of the topics, not well, I'll get to that all that later. How about I just start off with this first topic that I have in the list, and this is actually coming from another Mods Online member. This one is this is a map. This is a map for Call of Duty 4. All right, it is a single-player map. It is Heroes 7, Fall of Man, Episode 1. So I think Sam Fisher, who is putting this thing together, is planning on doing episodes on this game, and he actually sent along some. Turn the volume down. Some video to go with the. To go with what's going on. He wanted to show us what it looks like, which is great. You know what? I love talking about what our community is doing. So if you've got stuff, send us some information about it. Send us a video, and we can bring it up here. So yeah, we have a lot of downloads and stuff available over on Mods Online, as well as help if you're looking to make your own thing.
Because some of you don't have your own thing, so you can make your own. Are you tired of playing on crappy maps released by Treyarch Infinity? Learn how to make your own maps. Yeah, don't buy this game because you won't have any But if you buy the previous ones, you can come to Mods Online. Learn how to make maps that are not crappy. And why won't they be crappy? Because you'll have made them.
They'll only be crappy to other people.
Yeah. Not even gonna say anything.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, check this out over on Mods Online. You got the link up there, and if not, it'll be in the show notes if you can't read it in the little chat window. So jumping over to Battlefield, where we left off a second ago. We have new stuff that's going on with new videos anyways, not new stuff. The same old stuff is happening. But Battlefield 3, as we were mentioning, is supposed to be released on the 25th in the U.S. anyways. That's in 2 days from now. And what is it? The 28th? Welshie? Or
yeah, Friday the 28th.
In UK.
No, we get ours. We get ours on Tuesday.
Yeah, we don't get it till Friday. I tried to get this question answered on 2 separate occasions by 2 different developers now, and they still, just refused. They just ignore the question, so I don't know whether they're not allowed to say, or whether it's a contract thing. I really don't know.
But I mean, isn't that a standard? You guys always get your releases on a Friday. We always get ours on a Tuesday.
That being said, it's not just games; it's movies as well that do the same thing.
Our movies are the same way, so
it's like I don't know whether it's just
they don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah, I just don't know, and it still annoys me.
What would happen if we released this on Tuesday?
Yeah, we can't be doing that on a Tuesday.
Up everybody in
the UK will break down.
Yeah. And it remains to be seen what's going to happen when we all try and log into Origin and all try and play. Everything could just cut dead. We are talking about EA here. Even though
what game are we playing?
Yeah. And there's also this word. They're talking about how I don't know who it is. It's probably EA who's trying to push out these get the reviews regarding the game, and I forget what country it is, but somebody's complaining about how they're only letting certain people review the game because they only want good reviews. And in a way, you know what? That kind of makes sense. You're not going to send it out to somebody who hates the Battlefield game. Why would you send somebody? You know what? If somebody says, you know what, I hate Battlefield 3, let me review it. You're going to send them a copy and have them review it? What? You nuts? Norway.
It's like having someone allergic to peanuts test out new peanut butter.
They're not going to like it.
No.
But then by the same thing, it's kind of like you kind of should, because you're controlling the media then. You're controlling your reviews, whereas it just looks bad in a way.
Yeah.
But
honestly, if EA sent me something to review, knowing that I have issues with them, and I reviewed it and found that, hey, you know what? I like this. You guys did a good job this time, and I actually said something, then it would be important. It would actually make sense. But most of the time, people are generally, if they don't like something, even if it is good, they're not going to admit it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I mean,
I
sorry.
think what that is actually is just people that wanted a review copy or whatever and have got it into their head that they should have one, didn't get one, and they got mad about it.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. Right.
You're all dicks.
So it's a conspiracy. And
Where's mine, damn it? No, joke.
It just makes business sense, you know, that you don't send out review copies to people who are going to poorly review it on purpose, probably.
I actually agree with Paulstorm. I don't even pay attention to professional reviews. I just wait till one of us buys it and listen to you guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were questioning Dead Island, you know, and I decided to take the plunge and be the first one to buy it this time. You know,
That's
yes,
right.
I had some issues with it, but the point is, it was worth. I thought it was worth playing. You know what I mean? It just,
I like Dead Island.
to get past the new format of playing. That's all. Well, the point is a different type of a game altogether. So, but at any rate, I just don't. I understand the point where EA is not going to like shoot their own toe off. You know.
I'm going to play some video here of what is supposed to be the new launch trailer for the game. And it makes the, you know, there's some other trailers out there regarding single player and this kind of stuff. Single play, I think that's what this trailer is based around, this launch trailer. I got to say it looks very interesting. And I know Welshie was pointing it out to me. That's how I found the video. And I think he was liking it, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
No, yeah, but my only objection is the fact that I really hope I've not just watched the entire single player campaign.
Okay, what if it is only 4 hours long? Because that's what we've been kind of getting into all these games lately.
After I finished the preload, I dived into the files and just had a bit of a look around, and there's only like 11 single player maps. Which now that's quite short.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Assuming, although, okay, the levels could be long, I suppose, but... Or they made those maps and then they got, like, different parts of it, so it's, like, turns out to be, like, 25 or 30.
Yeah, that's depressing a little bit. You know what? I'm hoping for this interesting experience on the single player, as well as a lot of fun with the team play, provided they fixed everything that they said they were going to fix. Oh yeah, it's fixed for the retail version. Trust us. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Come here, little girl. I've got some candy. Yeah.
ABXY is sort of correct, though. It's not like anybody really bought it for the single player, because think of all the single player versions that we got out of versions before this last Battlefield, which was Battlefield Bad Company 2. I think before that, single player really only consisted of a bunch of bots in a
Yeah, I mean, I burned through the single player probably in about 6 hours total, if I put all the time together. So, yeah. And that was only because I had it set hard and I kept dying. But other than that, you know.
I'm hoping it's not a game.
Call of Duty's really the only one that's ever had a good single player, as far as I know.
Yeah, it is the BF3 game is not the one where you drink and heckle other people. That's Modern Warfare 3.
That's
Battlefield.
No, you don't drink, because the kids that do that aren't old enough to.
They're not old enough. They just pretend they're drinking.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Kool-Aid straight up, man.
Mountain Dew Code Red.
Code Red.
Extra red edition.
Mustard, you're allowed your opinion on that. If you don't like it, you don't have to get it. There's a lot of other games out there. I think it has potential.
I mean,
it has a lot of. It's probably going to be released with a lot of bugs, but we may be able to get past those bugs.
Yeah, and you chose to express your opinion to me by jumping into a chat room and leaving again. So it's not valid.
Oh, you're
I don't know.
Nope. No, he's still there. He's still there.
No, he's still here.
And they're saying that DICE is saying that the Battlefield 3 beta was an accomplished mission. Is what they're saying, that they did very well with it, and it's just a bunch of bullshit. Is really what that is. Hey, we did great on the. Who cares what you did? You didn't show us what you're gonna. You didn't show us the final product, so we don't know if you did anything at all. Just ask Strider about the last version of Battlefield and how much they fixed. They fixed a lot of stuff during beta,
that was retarded.
and then they pulled it out. Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, we got all these things fixed in the beta. but we're not going to fix them in the release. Suffer.
Right.
It was like there was two different teams or something, wasn't it?
We'll have to try and figure out what we fixed to get the beta to work. And fix it again.
See that they fixed everything and didn't write it down, so they couldn't remember.
You're gonna remember this, right, Mike? Yeah, I'll remember. I swear. Yeah, I don't think so. That's one thing about EA games too. Is every EA game I've ever got downloaded and installed, I had before I could play it. Hang on, you got to download something else, and come to find out, it was a patch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't. I mean, we're talking the day it was released. You know, I mean, that's granted. Dead Island did that a few times as well, but you know, that's we're Australians, man. Give them a break. Yeah, my computer still insists it's a goddamn virus.
Oh, it just black.
I mean, I have to say it's okay. Let it run.
Exactly, Morphus. I don't understand this developers. Well, actually, it's the consumer base. Why are we accepting pieces of crap games getting released that require a day one patch to even work?
Right.
You look at all the big name releases. Every one of them that's come out lately has required a day one patch, whether the day one patch has been there or not. But
it needed one. Yeah.
It required one.
If you're asking why do we as a consumer have to allow that, what choice
why do we accept it? Why are we keep giving them money for shit that's not finished?
That's why I haven't bought Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4. World at War, that's it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'll ever buy another one.
Is it that it's not finished, or is it that
World at War was, I mean, I bought Black Ops, but...
I don't think it's not finished. I think it's just not
tested.
Not tested and not enough effort put into it. It's like they just...
And not only that, I understand that almost everybody out there has a different config. I mean, as far as, like, computer setups, and maybe there's issues there.
That's what I figure. There's like such a difference in hardware and software and all that stuff that there's bound to be somebody somewhere that's going to need a patch.
But you're requiring day one patches for the Xbox 360 release and the PS3
there you
release.
Go. Right there. Yeah, so that's where that argument gets shot down. Yeah.
There's no excuse for that.
I mean, because I'm not allowed to like modify my PlayStation.
And when it works on nobody's PC, then it's not like one or two people are having problems. It was a large amount of people.
Yeah.
Modding is not quite dead yet, but we are unfortunately headed towards that. It has evolved. You're right.
Go check out the over 100,000 members on our site, and you ask them that.
Yeah, modding's not dead. It's evolving.
Yes.
Publishers are getting are unfortunately the model has changed. They don't want a title that everybody plays for years and years and years. They want something that's going to last until the next title comes out on the next.
If I had the time, I'd still be doing it.
But publishers don't want that because there's no revenue generated for them. So right now it's all about the money, and in order to do that, they got to keep regurgitating the same bullshit over and over and over and over. We've had this discussion so many times.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I did notice is
the evolution of.
I won.
The evolution of modding, the evolution of modding is now taking it to development of your own game. And that's what actually mods are now, is you're looking at people that are looking at engines and creating complete total conversions, which is essentially their own game, which is a mod, but that's really what it is. People tend to look at mods now because it's all console based as cheats and hacks. When you talk to a PC person about a mod and they're looking at new maps or they're looking at changing the way the game plays without a cheat, increasing or modifying the power of weapons, changing skins, blah, 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 blah. That is evolving now into game development. So you're going to see, I think, a big decline in mods per se with custom content. And what you're going to end up seeing is a dead zone where there isn't anything. And then we're going to see a giant influx of total conversions of unique products being released by individuals and groups.
It's already happening. Yeah, it's already happening. When we were at Eurogamer, you could just see like the indie arcade was twice the size of the one last year.
It's like the same token too. You want to say modding is dead? Talk to Valve about that, because I think the last 2 major releases they had were based on mods.
3.
I mean, 3. Okay, 3. There you go. But the point is they were all based. Left 4 Dead was based on mod, and Portal based on mods. I mean, I can't remember the rest of them off the top of my head, but the bottom line is most of them were based on something people have done in their spare time.
Mustard, with an attitude like that, you should just stop playing games altogether.
Modding's not done.
Yeah, because every engine is a mod of an engine that was made like 20 years ago.
Absolutely, it is.
It's like it's just technology built on top of technology. And actually, I read something yesterday where Valve was saying
even Rage,
Valve was saying that they're not going to put out a source engine because all they're going to do is just continue to do what they've been doing for the last 5 years, which is building on top of it. Just adding the new stuff as they go along. And Portal 2, you can see there's a definite jump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Massive jump and just animations, lighting, shadows, the whole 9. I mean, they've cleaned up that code a lot. So, and I could see that they're just going to keep doing that. You know, you got a good thing. Why ruin it? You know?
Right.
And that's... And Paul, that's actually a question that Foyle and I asked quite a bit at PAX to developers, was what their thoughts were on the lack of modding and what they feel that that's going to do to the future talents, because that is where developers drew their talent base from, was the modding community. And now that they're not supporting mods, there's not going to be that talent for them to draw on. So what we're going to end up getting is just crap, which really that's the move of what we've been getting for the last 2 years is it's crap.
Actually, the limited map size and not very optimized is not true, because if you know what you're doing, you can make massive maps. Exhibit A, Jenks, making like the biggest map I've ever seen.
And it runs.
And it runs,
so,
yeah. And I really didn't have to do that much to optimize it.
It's tricky. I can give you that. It is definitely tricky to do. I mean, I don't know how many times I had to make adjustments to make it work, but the bottom line is it can be done. It just takes time and effort. That's all. And trial and error. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Wow, did we ever get sidetracked there?
Yeah, well, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
You know, I don't think it was very much of a sidebar. It was very much on topic of what's going on. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it is true. I mean, maybe we should start changing the name from modding to developing, because that is not just the route that it looks like we're going to have to go because of the lack of support, but personally, I think it's going to be the route that we all decide to go because of the lack.
We're just as disappointed as everybody else out there that they make that they're making these games and not giving us any modding tools. And to say that it's too complicated when
language.
But really, Call of Duty has not changed. Their engine is the exact fucking same piece of shit that they've been working on since Call of Duty. What was it where they had the big step? Call of Duty 2. They changed it up.
Yeah, 2.
Call of Duty 2, they changed up their engine and revamped it. And then there's been these little plug-in changes. It's the same fucking piece of shit engine. And they're saying now the tools are too complicated to release. No, that's exactly what Call of Duty said. The tools were too complicated, and then they couldn't control the revenue stream from custom maps.
That bit, I believe, that they can't. They don't like it because they won't be able to control any or make any revenue from it. I did see as well that actually recently Activision said that there's going to be no proper ranked dedicated servers for Modern Warfare 3 because, and I quote, "We don't have the money to set them up to build that infrastructure."
It's not really true that they can't control, that they don't get any revenue from it, because if good mods are made for years after, then you're going to be introducing new people to an old game. They have to buy the game to play the mods. So to me, it's like release the tools, let people mod it. You'll make at least a little bit of extra money as the years go on, and you don't even have to do anything to earn it.
Yeah, that was kind of
It's
the
like
old mod, which
what kept people playing. I want to say what kept people playing Modern or World at War. It wasn't the multiplayer, and it wasn't the single player. It was the zombie maps and the co-op. And that
Right,
would,
and
people would go out and buy that game just for that.
I didn't buy World of War when it came out. I didn't have a PC running at the time, but I bought it this year. So they made money off of me that they wouldn't have made if there weren't mods still being made for it.
Right. Yeah.
And they didn't have to do anything to earn that money. They did nothing.
So,
except leave it out there.
They don't see it that way, though. They see it as, we can sell them DLC. Because it used to be DLC was like the expansion pack to the game. Like, they actually spent time and effort making a whole new... Like, look at UO. That was not DLC. That was an expansion pack. Now, it's DLC is what they've cut out of the... Yeah, exactly.
All or
DLC
none.
is what they've cut out of the game in the first place.
Oh, stick 'em.
Oh, yeah.
Happening
Stick 'em.
here.
It's all freezing up.
All right, I'm going to jump over to this other thing that's going on with Battlefield. Somebody put together an FPS simulator, all right, which is interesting. If you can see this picture up here, and maybe you can see my mouse, the guy is standing on this, what they're calling a unidirectional, what is it? I don't want to say treadmill, but something that you can walk on in absolutely every single direction.
Yeah, it's like 12 treadmills put together.
Right. Yeah, and then he's in a he's surrounded by this
Standing
curved
on a
wall of game.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah.
Whoa.
And then it comes up with him playing inside of this game. Now, what else they did with this, which I think is a really cool idea, is they put paintball guns around it, so every time he got shot, they'd shoot him with the paintball gun.
That's awesome.
That's what I love about this the most.
Well, if you can't learn how to play that way, well, you will.
You might as well just join the army after that, yeah.
Right.
And now this is supposed to be on a game show of some sort.
Fights back.
Yeah. Entry
Now,
Dead Island.
This is
Boom! Headshot.
Crouch.
He's fighting me!
This is supposed to be a show that airs in the UK on October 24th. That is tomorrow.
It's a gadget show. It's on every week.
Yes. So they're going to show this thing, how they're playing Battlefield 3 inside this room and getting shot at.
I'll see if I can grab the video.
Yes, that would be awesome. That looks like a
boom nut shot. When a computer.
What game is that? Is that the die on your head game?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Die on your head.
That would be a lot of fun. I mean, would you guys consider it? Yeah,
Paintball
you know what?
hurts. Oh, does it hurt?
Yeah, that would be
Oh yeah,
All
but
right.
I'd still probably
Sure.
have a go.
Yeah, I mean, I'd wear goggles at least, but yeah. Well, I mean, it said it hurts. It's not deadly. It just hurts. You know, I mean, come on, you can take a wallop. Don't be a wuss.
Yeah, playing this at the beach arcade. What the fuck happened to you? I hate this game.
Well,
Yeah.
that guy's got a fucking aimbot.
Yeah, going in there with nothing but your bathing suit, huh? That would be, great. Okay. There's some news. There's some news going on there about Skyrim. They're getting ready to release. I forget when they're releasing Skyrim. It's pretty soon, isn't it? Early November, like November 4th or something.
Yep.
Or I should say like November 2nd or 1st or something. I don't know. So they're going on game trailers.
That's out of my
That's out of what?
I said it's out of my realm. It's
Oh.
I don't.
Well, yeah. One of the things. One of the unfortunate things about this is it is not multiplayer, it is not co-op, it is only single player. However, it is in the past always been a very well-built game. It usually comes with some sort of modding tools, and I do know that they're interested in doing modding tools, but they haven't actually said that they will support it 100% yet. They want to, and they expect it. Yeah, Fallout did, so well. Yeah, well.
It's doable.
You can't say this Fallout did, so they will. I mean, are you basing that on the fact that it's coming out of Bethesda, like Rage, that doesn't have tools yet?
Oh, I'm not saying they will. I'm just saying
Okay.
it's doable because it's pretty much the same engine.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, don't expect this thing to hit up with multiplayer co-op unless somebody comes up with some sort of mod that adds the net code.
I know. I still like single player games.
This is the game too that I was looking at. It was really pretty.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, this is the one that was like really pretty to look at, wasn't it?
With killer rabbits.
Yeah. Let's see. Here is some of the highlights. Well,
it's just a bunny.
Some highlights.
Yeah.
I tried to grab some of the highlights out of the thing that they talked about about Skyrim on GTTV, and it turns out to be like 7 minutes of highlights. So if you want, head over to the link over at Game Trailers and check out what they're talking about. Because I'm not going to play the whole thing here.
I swear they keep that guy in a box and just like feed him heroin.
But the game, yes, it does look beautiful, and it looks like fun, and Strider and I got to play it over at PAX, and it was fun there, too.
It's time for your medicine.
For folks that may not have seen a lot on Skyrim, this is obviously a story about you as the
Okay,
Dragonborn.
so if you don't know what it is, then you should watch this. But I'm not going to play a whole 7 minutes long here to let you know what's going on.
It is only DirectX 9.
Is it?
Oh, that's kind of sucky.
I didn't know that.
I pre-ordered it, and I really don't know why.
You've pre-ordered it.
On Steam, I threw money on it, and I did it, and then I thought, why did I just do that? Oh well.
What the fuck did I just click on?
Well, in my defense, I had been drinking after doing it.
It is on consoles. This thing's going to be released on the PlayStation, on the Xbox, as well as on the PC.
That's why it's only 9.
Yeah.
That's
why it's only
9.
DX9.
And November 11th is the U.S. release date. I don't know if they have a different release date for everybody else.
No, that's a Friday.
It will be available via Steam. Of course, you'll probably miss out on all the bonuses that way.
The bling for your horse.
Yeah. I want my horse.
What the fuck is that? Horse bling.
There's there was a Sims TV advert that was on recently, and it was like for pets or something, and at the bottom it said like a asterisk, and it said horse is only available in the PC version. And I laughed for a good 20 minutes at that. I thought that was funny. So yeah, that's why PC is better, because we got horses.
It's the little things for you, isn't it, Wilson?
It was funny.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Jumping over to another game that we have to talk about here. Well, I don't know. The news on this one is very confusing. Even when I start doing research, I get a little bit confused as to what's going on, because is this the same guy, Geoff Keighley, whatever the hell his name is? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
the same guy is going on about a new chapter to his Portal 2 app. Yes, app as in iPhone app, that reveals plans for a new editor for Valve's puzzle platform sequel. I'm very confused by that entire sentence and what's going on. So what they're saying is that Valve had an attempt to make an easier to use level editor in the game, perhaps even something that worked in the browser, and that was going to work on console versions of the game, as well as adding GLaDOS to the editor. However, there's also information from Valve that says that they thought about it and they didn't go any further than thinking about it, and that's as far as they went.
So someone else is doing it?
Well, from what I know, it's this Jeff guy had put out an iPhone app around about the same time that Portal 2 came out, and it was like an interactive sort of making of documentary. Well, I don't know whether he's just put his name on it or it was actually made by him. I suspect he just put his name on it. And yeah, so apparently he's got a thing that's saying they're making some kind of editor. I don't know. But I figure it'll be some kind of like drag and drop Halo-style editor.
Right. That's what I was expecting. Something just like that. I don't know.
Because, like, why would you put out an editor if there already is one? Unless you're going to simplify it and put it on... What I keep thinking is they're going to try and put it on the PlayStation. On the Xbox, I suppose.
Portal Station.
Portal Station. Well, they've already got Steam on the PlayStation.
Steam Station.
Yeah, right. They do. You're right.
Steam. You're just adding station to the end.
Mod Station. PlayStation Station.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing with the final hours of Portal 2, but I do know that he's trying. He supposedly went and talked to Valve about everything and got all this inside information and wrote a book about it. So if you want to know more about it, there you go. Go check it out. Me, I don't really care very much.
To me, it sounds like he's just making money off concept art that he like borrowed from the office one day.
And also making money off of the interviews that he was paid to go on, and just didn't give everybody all the information, save some stuff for himself.
Just like he sat down there and took a little one of those little like spy cameras in his shoe with him and just took photos of stuff.
That sounds deviant. Spy camera in your shoe.
I didn't think of it that way. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's bad.
I don't want to go. That opens the door.
I'm a little bit afraid to Google that.
And Valve is announcing now that there are plans for a second free add-on for Portal 2 that will be eventually coming away and early next year. You know what? I'd probably play it because I already own it, but it's certainly an add-on to the game. Would not necessarily make me buy the game if I hadn't already bought it. So I just don't know if maybe is it just me that Portal just doesn't seem to have any kind of expandability? I'm not interested.
Ooh. Ooh!
Pick me! Pick me!
Yeah. Oh. That's what I thought. Nobody really cares.
I'm just dedicated to Valve. I mean, I don't know.
I know, I enjoy it.
They're like my favorite. So
you're a Valve.
Yes, I
understand.
They have raped you so many times.
No,
but you're still their bitch.
That I like it now.
I like it now. EA hurt you bad, didn't they, man?
It just doesn't feel right unless they do it. Yeah. You're damn right.
This Christmas season, they're going to have the Valve Fist.
Oh, God. It's going to be shaped like the Boomer.
Yeah, I'm going to get a tub of Vaseline in the mail from Valve. Thanks for your support.
Yeah. Can't help it. Notice credit card's expiring.
There's also some other stuff coming out of Valve.
Pipe bomb.
There's some other stuff coming out of Valve.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
there's a lot of stuff coming out of Valve's.
not just out of Valve. Actually, it's out of Turtle Rock. Now, I don't know if you guys realize it, but Left 4 Dead was made by a company called Turtle Rock that Valve came along, and I thought Valve purchased Turtle Rock.
Yep.
But apparently, I guess Turtle Rock was not purchased by Valve. Instead, the game, or they were hired by Valve. Maybe they were just hired by Valve, and Valve bought the rights to the game.
They released the game and then fired them, didn't they? They made them Valve South, I thought.
Well, that's what I thought,
too. The game's done now, get out.
But now how can a company called Turtle Rock turn around and go after the CryEngine to make a new game for THQ? The only way that can happen is if they actually didn't purchase... there goes Strider. If they didn't actually purchase the company, rather they just purchased the rights to the game and hired the company to make it.
Exactly, because they made them Valve South.
If they're their own company.
Yeah, they're a different company. They're part of Valve, so you can just go, well, so basically they've said, well, Turtle Rock still exists because Valve didn't buy it out.
What's that, Strider? You hear a little echo? Didn't catch that.
Fuck.
That's all he said so far is fuck and echo.
Yeah.
There.
Oh,
Stick'em kicks you out, and then you have to fucking shut everybody down. Stupid Stick'em.
Yeah, my Skype keeps quitting.
Oh.
All right, going on with whatever going on here. So they're making a CryEngine-based game for THQ, which is going to be a multiplayer shooter. Which, great. They're going for a CryEngine game. I'd like to see something else come out of that engine, which is a pretty damn good engine. Too bad that they had to sign up with THQ, who instantly owns the rights to your game, and therefore you never own it. So poor Turtle Rock will never own a game. They'll just always be developers.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful engine, though. I gotta give them credit there. I mean, there's really almost no limit to what you can pull off with that engine.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a lot of good support for it, so it's easy enough to jump onto if you want to learn modding and get into it. We have videos and stuff like that, so yeah, it's a great engine. I know it looks a little bit old. Yes, it is. But if you wanted to turn around and make a game and digitally distribute it, you're limited on what kind of prices you can hit up, and this is one option to go for a full-fledged game and have the SDK at hand before you actually make any purchases, as opposed to having to make the purchase before you get the full
SDK now.
Get ready for more cursing.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Fuck. If I leave my cursor on the Skype icon on the toolbar, it stays connected for some reason. If I take the pointer off of it, it quits. I don't know.
I
just have to sit there and point at it like, you.
Don't move. I'm watching.
Right.
I just can't type. I've typed a comment like 3 times. And every time I press enter, it fucking.
Okay.
I can't tell if he's echoing or if he's keep saying
That's stick I'm picking on you. No, that's Canadian for this isn't working properly.
Yeah.
No, we're doing a show, Priddle.
Yeah. Okay. Going on to another one. There's a news that says that we went way past that. Postal 3. I'm sorry. I forget which one it is since they keep changing the release date. Postal 3 Catharsis is now going to be released in December. They're saying.
What was that?
I don't know.
Postal 3 what?
It's supposed to be released. Oh, Catharsis.
Say it again.
What? Am I the only one who's getting La Bamba?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Every once in a while on Stick'em, in the lower, like off the main screen in the lower left-hand side, like a commercial will just start
don't leave your mouse there.
I'm not. It's just going in my mouse. Oh,
you can mute it.
Yeah, we need to do something.
Are you sure that's not just the German you're reading off the German article?
I'm reading off the German article, yeah. Is it incorrectly
Well, I don't know, but is it meant to just be in German?
I translated it.
Ah.
I translated the article so I could see what's going on. That they're making it.
Nos
Postal 3 is supposed to be coming out in December.
Nein, sprechen Sie Deutsch.
All right, I know you're all interested in that, so I'll jump over to something else. Welshie, I'll put you on the spot here. How is Batman Arcane City?
We're not
are
interested.
You playing the new Batman?
You know I'm not. That was a cheap shot.
Why is that a cheap shot? What's going on?
Because the PC version doesn't come out until November.
Oh,
right.
But it's got a load of like extra physics stuff that they're putting in, so
it's got a load of problems too.
Can't you also, if you pre-order, don't you get to play as Robin too, which is not really a benefit, but regardless.
That's what I told them.
There's like challenge map or something. I don't know.
You don't remember? You know very well.
Yeah.
What's going
on it too. Don't feel bad.
What's going on here is that there's a collector's edition out there, and that's available for the consoles now. The PS3 owners specifically were promised a copy of the animated movie Batman Gotham Knight on Blu-ray, and they only got it on DVD. There were 4 collectible cards and Catwoman unlock codes. They just simply were not included in the package.
Catwoman.
And a Robin DLC.
You get to play as Catwoman anyway.
Oh, I don't want that.
The Robin
just want
DLC
Catwoman.
the Robin DLC redeem code is not working, and these are actual problems. Yeah. So there's
Robin's
just a whole
not
slew.
working. He's unemployed.
But I wanted to play as Robin.
I want to play the guy who has absolutely no special abilities or money.
Yeah, he's
Or
just
education.
a cheap freeloader that lives.
I'm
with
a hobo.
rich guy.
I'm a
He's
hobo.
literally a carny.
His name Dick. Yeah, his name's Dick.
You and Dick.
I think that's what people kept saying to him. So it's like,
Am I
it's not my name. I don't know.
My name is Robin.
But there is a PhysX version of the game, and I know Welsh's interested in it because he's got his dual NVIDIA cards going on, and he wants to see what this thing is going to look like. And there's a comparison video out there, which I'll throw up here on the screen for you right now, that really shows you that there's a lot added to the game, not just a couple of little things here and there, but it seems like they've added a lot of like steam effects, a lot of particles, a lot of gibs, a lot of little things going on in the game that you don't get if you don't have PhysX. And the beginning of the video shows none of that.
Wow.
I know I grabbed the right video. Come on.
Yeah, it takes
There we
it's
go.
like 2 minutes in before they actually bother to show something.
Yeah, right?
Pre-rendered.
that
It's really
one.
not.
This
If you played Arkham Asylum with PhysX, it really is. There is a difference.
And it looks like they also, give you all kinds of extra stuff. It looks like a different set of textures and everything in some cases.
Is it a mega texture?
No, because it loads when it's fucking supposed to.
Hello, Catwoman.
Hello, old friend.
Nice to see you again with your clothes on.
Oh, we just lost somebody again. Yeah, we lost Jinx, I'm guessing. Okay.
Looks like he's flipping me off in his...
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's flipping someone off, I'm sure. All right. So yeah, that thing's coming out eventually. Jumping over to another game here, Call of Duty. Specifically, Sledgehammer's version of Call of Duty. They're saying is going to probably, not definitely, probably be canceled, and this is based on some comments that they're making. Well, what happened was Sledgehammer was working on a multiplayer, third-person view version of Call of Duty or some
adventure
kind of
game or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something crazy.
Bag of broken dicks.
I love how that escalates every time he says it.
Yeah.
Now they're broken.
Now they're broken.
Sledgehammer is a game company who's developing this Call of Duty, this version, or was anyways, and they were working on this third person, supposed to be like a multiplayer kind of thing going on. And what happened was they needed more people to work on the broken Modern Warfare 3 game, so they offered Sledgehammer the opportunity to drop everything that they're doing and jumping over to Modern Warfare 3. And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll drop it, Probably.
See, I thought we already knew this.
We knew that part, but what's going on here is what they're saying is they were asked whether or not they're going to be going back to the other game, and they're saying that's up in the air. They plan to continue working on Call of Duty, but they don't know what version or what they're going to be working on.
Really what it is Activision has handed Call of Duty series a three-legged rickety stool and a length of rope. And they're just waiting to find it hanging from a tree.
Yep.
Length of rope.
Let's just keep changing people who are working on the game, and eventually it'll completely implode.
Well, what I find interesting is
diarrhea of Call of Duty games that keeps coming out.
If you have a look around the internet now, even the Xbox people are not happy. It's like they're finally going.
Standards.
Wait a minute!
They've been screwing us over.
$70. Yeah, I just paid $70 for the same thing.
I'm sorry. You mean they've been lying to me all this time?
There's always going to be a fanboy.
Oh yeah. Doesn't matter what you do.
All right.
Well, World at War was the last good Call of Duty.
I concur.
Why was that? Why was that? That was probably because it was made by people that still loved the game, and we got mod tools.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The last people to care.
No, I don't want to hear La Bamba again.
No.
No.
All right. Do you guys have anything else you want to throw out there?
This connection's chat around.
Oh, that just killed any level of conversation right there.
You want to hear it again, Mrs. Fuller?
Yes.
I couldn't do it again.
Wow.
I like to hear your mangled Spanish.
I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to throw at these people while they're still here. Because you've almost chased them all away.
Yeah.
Viewers have been steadily leaving.
I'm sorry.
The mass exodus from the show. What the fuck was that?
It's not us. It's a fucking connection. At least I'm inclined to believe that.
Oh, I'm going to give a shout out to Foxhound, who is old.
Foxhound! Woo!
Oh, is he here?
No.
No. All right. Well, he can still get a
But
shout
he's
out for
old.
being old.
You got to shout to him because he's old. He can't hear so good. Actually, no, it was his birthday yesterday.
Is he older than me?
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's older than Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Time. You should have gone with time. He's older than time.
Foxhound invented time.
What did I say the other day about we were talking about something and I said, yeah, make it shiny on top, like Foxhound's head.
Yes.
Yep.
And you should be worried because he does occasionally go to the UK, and he probably.
Oh, I know. He has access to guns. I better be careful.
Yeah, he's generally armed.
Right.
Did I tell you about the guy he fucked up at the McDonald's drive-thru?
What?
From what I understand, he's a pretty good shot.
Is that okay for the show?
Oh yeah, he was sitting in a
Okay.
McDonald's
Oh.
drive-thru, and this guy in front of him was back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with the McDonald's speaker. And Foxhound's sitting there saying, "Okay." And then he goes up a little, pulls up to the window and orders his coffee and muffin. And the guy gets to the window up there and he's arguing back and forth with the woman. And then he pulls up to the other thing and John pays. And then he's the guy's like back and forth at the thing. They're handing him food and bags and he's handing him back and drinks and he's handing him back and they finally just point him up around the corner so he can go park and they can get whatever he's bitching about right. And John pulls up, gets his food and pulls up and the guy had just pulled just past the window and put it in park. And John sticks his head out the window and says, "Hey, there's a parking spot just up there so everybody else can get through drive-through." Well, the guy gets out of his car. So John gets out of his car. He's like, "Okay, really? What's going on?" Thinks the guy wants to talk. Well, the guy takes a swing at him.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Big mistake.
John's like, "Click, click, done."
Jason Bourne,
Yeah. As he's got the guy smashed against the hood of his truck with his knee in his back of his neck and his arm just about ready to break. He's like, "Are you having a bad day?"
Awesome.
So,
I wish I could have seen that.
Oh.
yeah. Here's
Right.
John. "Really? Took a swing at me? Really?"
Okay.
That's almost as good as the fire in the hole.
There goes Jinx again. Okay. Good time to end the show then. One more thing I'll throw out there is this interesting little thing that Welshie came by was
Oh, this is great.
Walking Dead of the Day, the not the Walking Dead.
Like the Christopher Walken?
The
Christopher Walken. Exactly like that.
Awesome.
Where they came from.
I got a fever.
No one knows.
An only prescription.
Wow. Whose end was that?
They only want one thing.
I got a fever. The only
Cowbell!
It's more cowbell.
Coming to TV this fall.
Wow. Too nice.
It's a harrowing tale of survival you won't want to miss.
They say it's a virus. Destroys every part of your brain except for basic motor functions. And also the part that stores Christopher Walken quotes.
Oh, a cantaloupe. 5 long years. He wore this watch up his ass.
Watch as the last remnants of mankind fight for their humanity.
We were just at a party.
Everything was going fine.
And then it happened.
2 little mice fell into a bucket of cream. The first mouse quickly gave up and drowned. But the second mouse...
It was horrible. The strained conversation, the forced courtesy laughs. We're just lucky that none of us got bit, right, honey?
I know. I mean, if we had, we'd all be wearing gold-plated diapers.
Son, cat, that he is. Left his driver's license in the dead man's hand.
They're getting weird.
I feel like a little boy lost his first tooth, put it under his pillow, and waiting for the tooth fairy to come.
More obscure.
It's from the rundown. Get your shit together.
Tried to blackmail me. Drop out a high window. Boom.
A sailor. Good man.
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
The battle for our planet has begun.
Exactly. It needs more cowbell.
Nice. Hello, little man. I gotta have more cowbell.
And the worst is still to come.
Has anybody seen my Triceratops? He's fantastic.
Oh my god. They aren't even coding anymore.
The Walking Dead. Coming this fall to American Walking Classics. All walking, all the time.
That is awesome.
All right, and yeah, we're still having issues. Okay, I guess we'll wrap it up. Right? Right. No arguments there. Okay, I want to thank our hosts for taking the time out to chat today. Strider, thank you very much for joining us today.
It's always an adventure.
Usually. I don't know about always.
It's usually an adventure. We're mediocre all the time. Nope, we're mediocre most of the time.
Well, Shay, thank you very much for joining us and for posting the show notes as we went along.
No problem.
Mrs. Foyle, thank you very much for joining us today.
Anytime.
Jinx, wherever you are, cheers.
He's cursing in Ohio. We know this.
Yes, he is.
If you see a red truck on the side of the road that's has profanities coming out of it,
streaming out of it,
there's ice cream in the back.
Yes. All right.
There's also a jinx in it, though, so watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a jinx.
Finally, I want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com, and the subscribing members of MODSOnline.com, because you know what? They make it possible for us to continue this show somehow or another. It's not free. Till next week, everyone. Happy maddening. Modding. Playing. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to MODSOnline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Here's a bit of a rattlesnake.
At least this is a good version.
There you go.